Are you bored of seeing the same colors and the same design and the same everything when you're looking at living rooms? Are you looking for something out of the box and really cool and really different so that you can get inspired and make your living room look like that too? Well, what if I tell you I'm going to be sharing with you one of the most amazing living rooms that we've designed, and this is going to be really cool because I'm going to be giving you a quick tour of the entire space, sharing with you what colors we've used, what materials we've used, how we've selected the furniture, and so much more. So if you're as excited as I am and you cannot wait to see this beautiful living room, then stay tuned till the end of the video because I'm going to be sharing with you all of the secrets behind it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tani Sixeria, the founder and CEO of Little Miss Designer, a luxury interior design firm. If you're here to find out about the tips, tricks and hacks and anything to do with interior design, then you're at the right place. These are some of the points that I'm going to be covering. 1. The space layout. 2. The materials and color combination. 3. The lighting and false ceiling. And 4. The styling. I really hope you like it. 1. Space layout. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this living room is part of a 4 BHK. So as soon as you enter from the main door, you go straight into a long passage. On the left, you have the living room, and on the right, you have the dining room. So for the living room, what we've done is we've given you a beautiful sofa seating on the back of one of the walls, and right in front of that, we've given you a TV unit. So we've created a lot of space between the TV unit and the seating area so that if anyone wants to come and go through that passage space is really open and nice. And this passage space actually opens to beautiful windows on the left so that if someone wants to go down and just have a cup of tea or just enjoy the view, there is ample space to walk around, giving you a beautiful sofa, center tables. And the TV unit being right in front also has a lot of storage. 2. Materials and color combination. Now throughout the living room, what we've done is we've used color combinations of blue, grey, off-white and cream all across. Now what we've done is, if you remember 60-30-10 rule, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to leave a video link below in the description so you can have a look. But basically, using that rule, I've actually made sure that I use very little of the blue and maximum of the grey and beige throughout the space. So how we've done this is, we've used the blue beautifully onto the curtains, which have really been one of the highlighter points of this entire living room. If you see, the curtains was a percentage of about 80% polyester and 20% cotton, so this was really easy to maintain. The curtains were very beautiful, and along with that we've also given you white shears. The white shears being very translucent let a lot of sunlight come in, which looked really nice. And this sunlight which came in through those beautiful large windows focused really well onto the flooring. If you see, for the flooring, what we've done is we've kept it really simple. We selected a really nice beige looking marble. This Italian marble looked really stunning when the sunlight fell onto it. For the color grey, we've used it in a couple of places. We've actually used it on the sofa and with the matching highlighter wall behind it, and also onto the ceiling. How many of you have used colored ceilings?
What a fox!
I know you're very afraid to do this, but check out this video and tell me if you're not convinced and you don't want to try. And of course, the lighting, which I'll talk about later, will explain how we've actually balanced out the entire color combination. And as for the last color, white, we've used it on the TV unit so that it had some little color going matching with all the walls. If you see, pretty much all the wall except for that one highlighter wall is a nice off-white color morning glory shade from Asian Paints. What happens is, when you use a simple white laminate, the edges tend to be black and they don't really look good. So instead, you should consider using core laminates. Now, core laminates are similar to normal laminates, but the only difference is that the edge is the same color. So for example, if you're going to be using the white laminate like the one we've used for the TV unit, even the edge is white. So it really looks nice because having that black edge looks really cheap and sad. center table open, there was actually a drawer with storage. But we've used a nice laminate, and this laminate was a light wood color, so it blended really well with the floor. We've used a beautiful green lamp finish laminate. And these laminates are really good because they're maintenance free, they don't have too many scratches, and they also look really nice. The nesting table is actually made of a marble top, a white marble top, and the stand was a beautiful champagne gold. It looks really stunning and brought that richness to the entire space too. So the grey which we've used for the sofa is in a leather material, or rather should I say leatherite, which is basically a material that looks just exactly like leather, but it doesn't harm any animals. Three, lighting and false ceiling. So the false ceiling, we've used gypsum ceiling and we've painted it in a nice grey which was matching the wall behind the sofa. So this gypsum ceiling is really good because there's a nice GI frame going inside it, so it really holds the false ceiling nice and strong. And we've given you concealed panel lights inside it. So these panel lights look really nice because this ring, or the rim rather, of the light really goes inside the ceiling, almost looking seamless. And the color of the light in this is white color, also known as a 6K, and these are really good to actually brighten up the entire space. We've also used a linear profile light. So back in the day, if you're familiar, we used to use a lot of tube lights. So these are basically fancy version of tube lights, but trust me, they're quite fancy because they're not as cheap as your tube lights. They're about at least 4,000 rupees, at least for like a 10 feet long light. But trust me, it's so worth it because they look genuinely amazing, and it's a lot of spread light, so it makes the space look nice, bright and lit. In the false ceiling, we have two colors, right? One is the grey, which we were trying to highlight just for the sofa area, and the rest was an off-white color. I actually smartly used this linear profile light to divide the two sections so that it didn't look very funny, at the same time really enhanced the entire space. So if you really like this trick, you should try it out too. I'm sure it's going to turn out really nice. And right in the middle of that grey ceiling, we've used a Tomsburg Smart Fan. Now this is really cool because this fan is operational with a simple switch button. You can also access it with a remote, and also from a phone app. It's really simple, and trust me, these are not even that expensive and can be easily bought online. A Tomsburg company is a great company. You should definitely try it out. We've used the Norris's switchboards. So what we've done is we've gone with a white glass plate which was matching the wall, and grey switches, so that went really well with the wall highlighter color. Above the TV unit, we didn't want too much light to come on it because there would be a lot of glare coming onto the TV. So what we did is we added very small 3-watt wall washers just to highlight a bit of the wall so that it didn't look very bland, and at the same time was not too much of highlighting. Ensure that you highlight particularly 1 or 2 walls, because if you have too many walls highlighted, you don't know where to look. So the wall washers were a 3K yellow color which created a lot of ambience. So the perfect combination of white light and yellow light was perfect for the space because it really brought out the entire thing. So I really hope you understood very well about the space layout, the color combinations we've used, and the materials we've used, and of course the lighting and the false ceiling. Because the last thing that I'm going to be talking about is the styling, which is a very small element, but it really brings up the place because you can personalize it to as much as you want with small little detailing. So for the styling, what we've done is we've added some loose cushions on the sofa, add a beautiful rug below that, and some small artifacts and small elements in terms above the center table and the side table. We mixed a bit of off-white color with tinges of gold to actually highlight and bring that luxuriousness into the entire space. That planter looks beautiful by the window. And we've got these beautiful hexagonal designs. We've actually customized these rugs. It's very hard to find such beautiful rugs ready-made. And so this small rug really helps to bind the entire furniture of the space, and at the same time highlights a small element and makes it look much more special and personalized. Well, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video where I discussed about all the beautiful elements of this living room, giving you a quick tour. If you have any questions or you would like to know about certain materials or anything, then please comment below and ask me, and I'm happy to help you. I really hope this was inspirational. You can design something beautiful for your living room too. And thank you so much for watching. And of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And of course, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on my next video.